What's the deal, everybody? Y'all know Thursday. Y'all know the vibes, man. We in here. We got Fly Candace for the official interview.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into a conversation with him. We got P Weezy in the building as usual. You know what I'm saying? Hope everybody's feeling good, feeling right out there. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had a productive, peaceful, prosperous week.
Oh yeah. You know we don't
P
keep it
Weezy,
like
how
that.
you living, man? What's good?
Oh man, everything is good, man.
Like it should be.
About to make it to Friday. You know what I'm saying?
Still alive, still making that money, man. We still shaking the mood
For sure.
regardless.
This week been so crazy. I done forgot what day it was. It's really tomorrow, October 1st.
Man,
Shit is flying around. You know what I'm saying?
Time is moving. We almost about to 2021, believe it or not.
Damn.
That's right.
You put it like that.
Hell
It's
yeah.
almost in the holidays.
Shit going fast.
Damn, you're right. The holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
Christmas.
I'm telling you, man.
Well, man, I'm making some good progress, you know what I'm saying, with a couple of my businesses, a couple of my ventures, man. You know, we just staying 10 toes down, you know, working on move.
Yeah, and that's what it's about right now. It's late third quarter, early fourth quarter. So right now, it's the push.
Fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's the push now. It's the last
Yeah,
day.
man, Fly King came in for the fourth quarter. What?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Speaking of that, I got a song called Quarter. That's crazy.
Okay.
That's
okay.
crazy.
Well, yeah, Fly Ken's up here today, man. He brought some unreleased music and he brought some things that's, you know, jumping off the tape.
Yeah.
Fly Ken, what's the deal, man? How you feeling?
Man, what's good, Gamble? What's good, P Weezy down there, man? You know, it's boy Fly King come alive and direct, man. I'm wonderful, really. You know, just got, you know, shake and move to you know, my 1-2, my cash and everything like that. We good. We living good, we eating good, we getting to this money and we living and prospering right now. You dig? Type shit. So yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm here. Live in the red, we alive.
That's
son.
hard. That's hard.
You dig?
Yeah, man. So for those who don't know Fly Ken, man, tell the people, man, where you from, man.
Oh man, don't get me started on that, y'all. Oh, he gambling got me started, y'all. Oh shit. Nah, son, yo, Fly Ken is from Atlanta, you dig? And specifically, if you are from Atlanta, I'm from the Simp. I'm from the Bluff. I'm from Vine City, whatever you want to call it, my dude. I haven't been there in a minute though, Gamble. I was there when it was if you're from the Bluff or you're from the Vine or you're from the Simp, whatever the case may be. I was there when it was a Publix right there where the Walmart was when we had that event. I'm not sure. It was, you know, P Weezy's Peoples and this and the third. We had everybody performing.
Okay, that was on MLK, right?
Is that MLK?
Green Dot Boys.
Right there by Aspen.
The Green Boys. Yeah, pregame. MLK and Ashton.
Yeah. So I was living over there in the Vine when that Walmart right there next to the venue was a Publix.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I live in the neighborhood right behind that.
You was around back in the days.
Yeah, so you was right across the street from college.
Yeah, but I was so young, man. I was like in like second, third grade when I was living over there, type shit.
Good place to see.
Yeah. But I kind of bounced around though. I lived in the Bankhead. I lived in Ohio for like 2 or 3 years. Douglasville, but mostly Atlanta, my dude. You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Look.
Tell Carter Snow to holler at me, man. You already know. Skateboard, you can just call me Skateboard, man.
Yeah.
What? Stop playing.
So you used to be a skateboarder or something?
Yeah, the whole crew down in the Simp, man. Yeah, we used to skateboard. We was like thugged out skateboarders. Like we was tooled, or whatever case may be, was tooled up, you know, doing this and the third, everything that, you know, the thugs do, but we just had fucking skateboards. Okay. That's it, man. And we see Curtis, I promise you, like if you go down to the Vine and you stay there long enough, bro, you will see Curtis, bro. He still be around there. So like, you know, say you rock with me type shit, and we went down to the Simp. It's been, like I said, it's been a while since I've been down there. But if you recognize me off rip, my hair got a little long. But if you recognize me, skateboard. That's son, we in there.
Okay.
Yeah, man, plugged in.
Snow and Bluff stories.
You already know what it is. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Bro.
So, you know, over the last, we've been hearing about you for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You've been rocking with Atlanta radio station and shaking the movement since damn near the beginning.
Pioneer.
You know what I'm saying?
Pioneer.
And then one week we got a submission where, you know what I'm saying, you wanted to get a song in rotation.
Yeah.
It's like, that's Fly Ken who been calling in.
Yeah.
Start off with the stutters, you know what I'm saying? He now actually pushing his own music, you know what I'm saying? How did you get into the music thing?
Oh man, like I had friends who were already into music themselves, and I can take my hat off to them if, you know, to give credit where credit's due. They were already a little more advanced than I was. So like how I got into music, I used to make beats on FL Studios back in the day. Well, I can say back in the day. I'm still a little young, but
so you
back in the day. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. Like, I tried to test it out like not too long ago, and I was like, damn, I don't recognize shit on this program.
Okay.
That type of shit. But yeah, man. So my friends was like, I was making the beats, and my friends was rapping on them. Really, like you can still look it up on SoundCloud. It's old as fuck, but you can still look it up on SoundCloud. And one day, how I got on the mic, the actual mic instead of producing, was when Lil Pump had came out.
Okay.
Yeah, and when Lil Pump, I don't remember what year that was, but when Lil Pump came out, the song was called Lil Pump, and it was catchy as fuck, but it was mad simple.
Okay.
And then
That's
when I
the
heard,
say, let's get it.
yeah, let's get it, and Gucci Gang, and all that,
Yeah.
all that shit. He
I
rapped
thought that was his first song.
Nah, bro. He been doing this shit. Like
Okay.
he was so like when we got in contact with him, he was still like not mainstream enough to where we can communicate. And no high hole shit.
He was on some SoundCloud shit.
Yeah, right. SoundCloud was popping back then when he was on it. So like he took off on that shit, really.
Okay.
Type shit. You feel me? So yeah, it's like I was saying, like when I heard that song, if you know Lil Pump and you know the song Lil Pump, you can go look it up on YouTube. This and the third. It's mad catchy, but it's mad simple. It's mad easy to do. I felt like it was easy to do. So when I heard that, I was like, yo, he's blowing off this shit. Like he's fucking going crazy. He's got everybody going nuts my age. So I was like, yo, I can do that. And my friends already rapping, like, you feel me, type shit. So, I was like, let me get on the mic type shit. And they've been I've been freestyling. They was like, yo, you should get on the mic. I'm like, it's not for me and none of that. But when Lil Pump had that song in Blue, I was like, yo, I gotta get on the mic and make some shake. Yeah, for real, son. So I can take a hit to that, take a hit to pocket of that.
Yeah.
And I don't think he can make it up. He talks so eloquently, so fast.
Right, yeah.
And the most important thing is he said people told him he should rap.
Yeah, that was a little baby shit.
Hey, like, people told him that. I mean, so like, if people tell you that, a lot of times people don't tell these niggas to not be part of the problem. Nigga, you don't need to rap.
Right.
But sometimes when you have people telling you, you know what I'm saying? Like, even with a sport, like you should play basketball. They see something in you.
Yeah.
You should do music.
And it was nothing but love. Like it was nothing but love and support. Niggas was, doing their best to try to, critique my flow and how I deliver shit so I can, get on their level. You feel what I'm saying?
So what you live the most time here in Atlanta?
Yeah. Like I was saying, I live the most time here in Atlanta, so I would say I'm from Atlanta in definitely type shit. I moved back to Atlanta from I don't want to go to the whole backstory, but I moved back to Atlanta from Douglasville. I don't remember what year that was, but I turned 17. That was 2012, something like that. But it was just getting back to it. You feel me? It wasn't like I wasn't new to it, but it was definitely a different experience because I was older. I was way older.
You spent some time in Ohio?
Yeah, I spent some time in Ohio. And shout out to my man Fly Sir, man. He from Ohio. He living in Vegas right now. Hopefully tune into my my live right quick. I see you, Shard. I see you, Tashar. Hopefully tune into my live right quick. My man's from Ohio, and that's my my fellow artist, my colleague, this and the third. But to answer Gamel's question, I lived in Ohio for like 3 years, and it was just straight middle school. And the reason I was in Ohio is because I have half my family is from there, and my mom explained it to me like her folks was getting a little older, and she wanted to be closer. But my mom ain't made the money. You feel me? She can't hold down the house in Ohio and down here, so we shake back here.
Understood. What was life like up there?
Yeah.
That's
cold as fuck, man.
It's cold as fuck. Ohio?
Yeah, Columbus. If you
part of Toledo, Cleveland, Akron.
Yeah,
it's cold
as shit, man. I'm from Atlanta, so like that shit hit me like a ton of bricks out there, like Yeah, but when I was younger, like it was like it's global warming and shit going. Ooh, conspiracies. It's global warming and shit going on. So like back when I was in middle school, I felt like it was a little colder. So like I'm walking out, still going to school. They still go to school when it's snow. Like down here, it be slushing and the whole city shut down. Niggas buying mad bread, mad eggs and milk and shit that can expire in like 2 days. You feel me? Type shit.
Snow. Okay, get big snow and you still gotta go.
Yeah, right. It was cool though. Like it was cool. Like I said, I was young, so I was still like playing outside, and back then Ripsticks came out, and this, that, and the third. But I talk to my mans now, and he's saying, it's now niggas got older. Niggas think they Chicago in Ohio. That's when my people tell me that's from Ohio type shit. So niggas out there trying to be on their drill shit and trying to shoot this and the third. So that's why my man's got up out of there. He live in Vegas now. But
was he doing music when y'all was up there? Like middle school type time?
Oh, middle school.
Or did you leave and then he started doing music?
From what I remember, I left and then he started doing music.
Okay.
Type shit. But I feel like he always had that idea of like I want to do something in music even back then.
Okay.
That type shit.
So when you did that first song, when everybody was like, get on the mic, you real pumped, you know what I'm saying? Things just take off from you there,
Yeah.
or
Oh nah, man, I had to really work on that shit, bro, because I was like going from freestyling with your homies in the in somebody's mama's basement to being on the mic in an actual stool in a place of business is a different vibe. You feel me?
Okay.
You wanna come with your best shit. So what they was trying to do, they was trying to critique my shit to where I can get on the mic and not be nervous, and I was still having this little timbers and shit like that, and it took me years to get comfortable.
okay.
My engineer now, I feel like I like honed in with him and got comfortable through him.
You're scary ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you was just playing around.
Yeah, basically. Even though people was telling me yo, you should rap and you should take it serious and this and third.
Right.
I was still fucking around. I was still like, yo, like I can go to work and this
Right. So at what point? So you just doing it for fun? At what point did you start taking it serious?
Yeah. Oh man, like that was not too long ago. A little bit before I released my first single, I feel like when I released it, people I got great feedback off of it.
What single was that?
That was Space. That was Space. My debut
that's
single.
the one we played up here.
Right, exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. So like once I did that, like damn, I forgot the good question. Hey y'all, that vodka is biting hard right now.
This segment is sponsored by Smirnoff Vodka.
Exactly.
It's so good you can drink it with no chaser.
At what point did you start taking the music serious?
Okay, now I'm back on track, y'all. Thank you, people. And Gamble, but yeah, it was after like my first couple songs, and like I said, like my debut song, I got a lot of feedback off it, and I was really feeding into the marketing of it. And that's when I started feeding into the marketing of it, I was like, okay, let me take it serious, because if I half-ass the marketing, shit ain't gonna blow.
Right.
Shit ain't gonna blow type shit.
Right.
So I feel
People can't like something that they don't know.
Right, exactly. Right. You can't just slap shit on SoundCloud and expect the fucking A&R to throw you 100 bands to come up, type shit. Like, you gotta have some type of momentum going on, some type of marketing image, whatever you want to call it. That's what I could say. Yeah, son, like, man, that shit was crazy. But to give a little backstory on that getting comfortable on the mic, or whatever case it may be, whatever you want to call it. My first song was actually with my man's in Ohio, type shit. We went to a big studio. I can't remember what year that was. But yeah, I had like it was just a feature, if I could say, and I didn't know what ad libs were. I didn't know what punch-ins were. I just was there, type shit. And it was hard. Like, if you look it up on YouTube, I forgot the name of the song. Damn, my man's gonna kill me. Like, yo, how you forget the name of the song? But yeah, you can look it up, and it's hard, like I said. And if you remember, Gamble, like I did a song at one of the cribs that you were standing. If I could say, if you remember that, it's another song got a single called "Ruthless," which is my first single. So y'all make sure y'all write this down. This is gonna be in your test right here. My first single was called "Ruthless." My first time rapping was a feature with my man's in Ohio. But yeah, that was great. I was, like I said, I was still mad and nervous. I was by myself, at least felt like I was by myself, with the I wouldn't say the support, because I had my man's there. But as far as my inner body, I was felt like I was by myself. It was an okay song, but it needed some work. It needed some love to it. And like I said, to bring it full circle, Space was my next single that I put out, and that was like, okay, like I'm on to something.
And there was a little bit of gap between that time period, correct?
Yeah, a big gap.
And so what you do in that time? Did you think about, like, is this music shit really for me? Is something I really want to do? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question, man. I always felt like after I got in the studio with my man's in Ohio that first time for that feature, I always felt like it was even before then when I was doing the beats, I always felt like music was for me.
Right.
Like shit.
Because I remember going to Fly Ken's crib, right? And before he even had any music out, every time you go over there, and this is kind of me coming off of, doing music myself, he always turned on some beats. And be like, let's spin something.
To this day.
Little speaker, you gotta fire it up, and he ain't got no music out, but he like, I'm about throwing some beats. And he go from freestyle and doing little, we doing little freestyles on them to the point where he's like, yeah, I'm actually gonna use this one. I'm like, shit, waiting to see when it's gonna happen, and then he actually started applying, those beats. So you said the first song was Space.
Yeah, yo. And shout out to ARS Atlanta Radio for spinning that for me. You know, I much love, you know, because I really didn't know left or right from music. And, you know, that was a good gateway to hone into my marketing, to get my face on the camera and not be nervous on the camera as well, as far as the mic as well. Yeah, and just like, you know, just support a nigga like, you know, through and through. You feel me? Even right now, if I could say, you know, y'all still showing mad love. Shit hasn't changed with y'all. Y'all good people. You feel me? This and the third.
Definitely. Yeah. So what kind of response did you get off Space? You know what I'm saying? Was it what you expected? A little more?
Man, Ask United Masters, man. That shit is going nuts right now. Like, now I'm just playing, but yeah, like that. Nah, just off the. I really got more feedback on how I handled the marketing for that. Like, because niggas didn't really see me. Yeah, I was the man behind the camera, putting other people on camera. Right. If I could say so. Once I got on it, niggas was like, oh shit, he really trying to do some shit. He really trying to, you know, be seen type shit. So
I appreciate the whole rollout.
Yeah, exactly. The confidence, you know, this is not Ken's behind the camera. Like,
most people come out when they debut, you know what I'm saying? It's rusty. You can either see the potential or see that they need some work. Yeah. But, you know what I'm saying? It's very, you know what I'm saying? They got a cover that they just made on their phone.
You're right. Yo, it's mad dusty. It's hella saturated and shit.
You can just tell that they just off the porch or whatever the case may be.
Right.
No, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? And he came out with a full professional cover made.
Okay.
The vocals sounded good. You know what I'm saying? And it looked like he took his time with that one.
Right.
Compared to the Ruthless or the other things that he might try.
Right, exactly. And that sums up what I was trying to say earlier. Like, for real.
That's dope, man. That's dope. So what was next after Space? You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
you said like, okay, I need to do a whole EP. I need to drop more of these singles.
Man, y'all, Jackpot Gamble come with the questions tonight, y'all. Like that's a good one, right? That's a good one. What my thought process after Space was like, I gotta keep this fucking train going. Like this shit was well oiled from ARS Atlanta's from ARS support to my friend's support and my family's support. So like it was a well-oiled machine. So I was like, yeah, I keep going. From there, you know, I was still writing, I was still doing this and the third, but I wasn't, you know, too keen on putting another single out until I felt like it was just the best song I've ever heard. So I had to repeat myself.
Right.
And that was my next single, which was called Out the Coop. You know, you know, if I could say type shit. So when I did that, when I recorded that, it was just literally like just winging it, just feeling the beat, just, you know, getting to my ones and twos on my side baby shit, my oohs and ahs that's in the third, and you know, all those random oohs and ahs just came into one and made a great song. You know, if I could say so. You know, like to answer your question from Space, like I kind of once I got Out the Coop, you know, all the way through, you know, as far as I'm bad, I'm having a misfire real quick. Once I got Out the Coop, you know, completed, which was what I was trying to say. I was like, I got to do the same marketing and have the same type of energy that I had for Space with this Out the Coop.
Right. Because we're in that era where you got to have a rollout with the internet. You know what I'm saying? Got to be, you know what I'm saying, in play. We're no longer in the hand-to-hand CDs. You know people care more about what you do on the internet than what you do in real life. Anyways, you know what I'm saying? So
for some odd reason.
So you know what I'm saying? You might be a great guy in person, but unless you put that out to the world, or you might be a great artist in person, and unless you give that to the world, you know what I'm saying? They don't see you working. They're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're not gonna hear it. It's just gonna be stuck in your phone, right? And you know it, and nobody else will know it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta use that internet these days. You know what I'm saying? For the musical sense.
I mean, it really made it easier for them. Like even the lazy people can put in that little bit of work. Because back then it was physical. And I mean, you still want to do the physical. You know what I mean? The street's still out here, but you definitely want to do a lot of internet-based social media and promotion and the marketing. You know what I mean? Like, and I'll say this, and I'm slowly working my way back into it, but everything is numbers.
Right. Yeah. And if I could chime in on what P. Weezy just said, I'm on a couple of different platforms as far as United Masters. If you heard of these, you know, that kudos to you. You own your shit. United Masters, TuneCore, TrackCode, DistroKid, and they're making it. TuneCore, it's not too hard, but you know what I'm trying to say is that they made it easier than ever now to exactly.
That was
it's just a
something you used to have to pay for. You used to have to pay somebody to put you on their Spotify list, or Spinderella or whatever it was.
I forgot about Spinderella. Yeah. That's crazy.
So you on all of those?
Not DistroKid. I paid for my TuneCore. I got a drop on TuneCore. My mixtape that I just released. I'm definitely on United Masters. Definitely on Track Code. Okay. It's another one I'm forgetting. United Masters Track Code. It's one more TuneCore. Pay for that. DistroKid. I gotta pay for my DistroKid as well to drop on there.
Either way, you putting yourself in position to really, you know what I'm saying, make the most out of this. Whether you make $100 or $100 million, you know what I'm saying. You putting yourself in position to be able to do that, and that be, you know what I'm saying, what a lot of artists be lacking, because you got people who's the most talented of all times, and they just don't have that piece.
Yeah,
you know
tell me about it.
Or they wait for somebody else to come along, and they end up abusing them, you know what I'm saying? Because they put it on there and don't even, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they end up getting finessed out their money. So that's dope that you know what I'm saying, already have your trap set up, you know what I'm saying? The right way. So, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
When it's time to make that hit and it blows, you know what I'm saying? You're going to already be ahead of the game in the process. Ain't nobody got to come and try to sell that to you. So that's definitely pretty dope.
Exactly.
And we seen you at a couple of different events, man. You know what I'm saying? You was on the radio station, red carpet. For the award show last year.
Yeah, that shit. But that shit was epic, man. I was the road, son. I had a great time.
And you've been to just a couple places from the Green Boys event. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you tied in with the Shakers and Movers. So, you know what I'm saying?
I caught you around
at the Yaya Flawless show on the red carpet again. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry. So, how the fuck this dude get on here?
Yeah, man, you definitely been out shaking and moving and staying active over the last year for sure. You know what I'm saying? Tell us what some of those experiences been like for you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's crazy.
Because I know sometimes you didn't even know what you was walking into.
Yeah, right. Yo, that's facts. That's mad facts right there. Like, the last one I remember was I remember the one we did with PBC as well, but last one that's fresh is the Glow Bar event, and that's the one that Jack Pagambo was explaining with Yaya Flawless, and I was working the door. I was working the door. Make sure if you're on the list, take your ass over here. Go ahead, go in. If you're not, you need to come out of pocket real quick. So that was me right there. You definitely see my face, and I've had other people run up to me and be like, "Yo, you bro, that was at the Glow Bar in the front door. You was mad cool." Blah, blah, blah. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm out here, man. You rap?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, many hats." You feel me? Type shit. But it was the bomb, bro. Like I had a couple of Heinekens real quick. My peoples that had performed, and I had people's behind the scenes and whatnot. So it was a well-oiled machine. As far as business wise for that Glow Bar event,
right?
Because I had a good time. There was a couple of ladies there. It was a nice little crowd,
so a good experience just being in the mix with different people and networking.
Yeah, definitely. And face shown
and so you're getting to see a lot of artists before you know what I'm saying. It's your time to do what they do. So you see how Yaya Flawless comes. Or you see just how these shows and events are set up. So, when it's you walking through as the headliner on these situations, you know what I'm saying, kind of how to stay in pocket.
Exactly. And big shout out to Mike G and Namdi. They came, they had the interview not too long ago. Yeah, right. Shout out to them, man. They had their interview at ARS not too long ago, maybe less than a week ago. And they definitely came through about the energy. They knew about what I'm talking about with the streaming platforms and have your copyrights down and your BMIs. If you don't have a BMI, what are you doing? You sleep. Get a BMI so nobody take your name, so you shouldn't be copyrighted. Somebody put up your music on their own, somehow steal it. BMI is gonna take care of that for you, so you don't have to worry about it and you still get your bread on the back end. Type shit. But to get back into the subject, these events have been great for me. It's mad exposure. I'm getting it's just the networking aspect. I'm getting new followers on Instagram, and then with those followers comes other followers. You feel me? And this shit just snowballs from there.
Yes. So let me ask you this. Because what I do know is that you're very even verbally, just watching you.
He was easy trying to catch me stuttering, y'all.
If you listen to him, he paints a really good picture. Very precise. On, you know what I'm saying? It's precise.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to figure out, okay, when we get to this music, you know what I mean? Because, very eloquent, got your point across. It was painted.
Yeah.
If nigga was listening now, you know, a lot of niggas gonna be listening.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But,
the beat's nice.
Okay, so how would you describe you as an artist? Like, if I had never heard none of your music before, or, you know, somebody listening, you know, there's a whole different type of genres and sub genres and sub genres. What are we getting from Fly Ken? Who the fuck is Fly Ken? Like, why would I want to download Fly Ken song? Like, what you got going on?
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. A whole lot of Few Easy. You already know what it is, man. I would describe my music as, you know, as a technical sense, it's alternative rap. It's alternative rap. So it's not like gangster rap. It's not lyrical rap. It's, you know, like, somewhere in between.
It's like with Future's on them.
Yeah, it's an alternative rap.
It's a different genre.
It's one of those subgenres. One of those subgenres, like you said, son. Yes, I would definitely, as a technical sense, like describe it as alternative rap. And, you know, if you didn't catch that right there, it's like, you know, it's not gangster rap. It's not mad lyrical rap like J. Cole and, you know, KRS-One. It's, you know, somewhere in between. And, you know, I have a lot of music that's, you know, for different ears, different strokes for different folks.
Right.
So like, you know, I definitely get on my, you know, side baby shit. Definitely try to get on my little baby shit. You feel me? But if I can describe myself in, you know, like a more of an urban sense, I feel like I have somewhat of my own sound. You know
and from that standpoint, I think, you know, me listening to the music, it'll give me a better depiction. Of
right, we gonna get to it. We gonna get to
I'm
it.
I'm just building the ass up. You know what I'm talking about? You know, when you take it to home, you gotta get it ready so you can get it. You know what I'm talking about?
You gotta fuck with the tie on, man. You gotta do the tie on now.
You can't tell me that wasn't a great question I just asked you.
Yeah, that was malarticulate right there. Like, yeah, because nobody's ever asked me that.
That's why I'm picking easy.
Yeah, right, son.
But
you should have like some type of we won't get subject for. You have some type of like fucking like sound effect beat pad or some shit. I need an explosion or an air horn or something.
Yeah, somebody breaking a window.
Yeah, right, son. I like though. But yeah, like you were saying, like nobody's ever really asked me that. So it's good to, you know, be able to voice that and, you know, for people to, you know, hear how my take on my own music.
Right, and the reason why I asked, I mean, it's just when you look at the big old platform that we have now, there's enough people that's on this machine that you can still tap into your own fan base of people, no matter where they're from. You know, you build them, they grow with you, and then ultimately they start financially supporting you. Yeah. But it's just identifying with it, working them, engaging with them, and, you know, just keeping out a good product.
And if I can chime in on that, I feel as though because I have other people that can get me through the door with some big names, and you know, and they trying to, you know, force me through the door, and I'm like, no, I don't really want to go because I'm not, you know, at the stage that I want to be to present my music to an A&R or a label.
Nigga, you know, fuck that. If they trying to put it, just go through that.
What? Bro, I'll be out there. If they fall off the map, I'll be out there in open water with my ass in the wind.
You know how to get back.
I don't know what from. You know, you swim, right? You can swim. Nah, but yeah, it's like with the fan. How you saying with the fans? I feel as though I like to come through the mud because you build that cult following to where, like, no matter what type of music you do, they're gonna hold you down. You know, as far as, for example, like let's take the baby. His flow was phenomenal flow. I love the baby. You know, he makes great music. But people try to keep him in a box or a certain cadence of the way he raps. And as soon as he stepped outside of there, it was like, nah, bro, we ain't, bro. Go back to the, you know, not the baby Jesus, but go back to how he was, you know, came on, right? You know, type shit. And the same thing with Lil Nas X. As soon as he stepped outside the role, he went far with it. But as soon as he stepped outside the role of Old Town Road,
there's two people that we don't talk about. We don't talk about that guy or Kasi 69.
Yeah, so, we don't do that.
We restrict that last.
Yeah, I'm at some water. I'm at some holy water on the mic real quick, man. It's tainted right now, y'all. It's tainted, for sure. Tainted, man. But I don't want to, you know, like I said, I have people that can put me in front of, you know, can put me on the forefront. But I feel like I'm gonna be in a box of like the first song I put out under those people. You know, I want to build that cult following and you know, come up through the ranks to where no matter what I make, I can make, you know, oohs and ahs and niggas gonna fuck with it.
Cult following will take you far, man. You know, there's artists who aren't on mainstream, they're not on billboards,
exactly,
they're not on major labels, but they have these cult followings that get them more money than somebody who may be on a major label.
Right.
You got your currencies. You got, you know, there's a whole bunch of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right.
That just have
cult followings.
Wale,
yeah.
Kevin Gates has a cult following.
Right.
Definitely Kevin
You know what I'm
Gates.
saying?
Like a little Boosie.
Yeah.
But exactly. And,
Bro, young boys fans will shoot out here. Young boys will get busy with you for talking down. Like
That's different.
That's a cult following, but it's just like
it's beyond that.
it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's a cult following with a mainstream following with followers who follow people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Wu-Tang got like a cult following, like you know what I'm saying? The Locks and Jadakiss and them have a cult following where it's like, you know, these people ain't gonna miss a show, they're not gonna miss an album, they're not gonna miss an interview, they're gonna motherfucking beat down the doors, you know what I'm saying? And it might just be 300 of them, but they're 300 people versus 3 million scattered brain fans is gonna win every time. You know what I'm saying? Their dollar matters, their life matters.
And they spend more of their money. The artists spend more of their money.
Absolutely. So that cult following will just take you far. You know what I'm saying? It could last you a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Because your fans grow with you.
Right. And that's what I want. Yeah. No doubt.
So I heard you talk a little bit, you know what I'm saying, about what your music represents as far as, you know what I'm saying, just being an alternative. What'd you call it?
I call it alternative. It's an actual genre. You can link the show. It's called alternative rap.
Yeah.
So is that like close to trap? Is that like hip hop? Like is that
my take on it it's different. Like if you want to break it down, you feel this might maybe even subgenres within that. But like my lean on it is more of a gangster rap versus like more of like a more of like a lazier like the genre lo-fi rap, or if y'all know that, it's more of like.
But I think the reason why you the reason why you would say that without me hearing your music would have to be because of the tempo of the track.
Yeah, son. Like I don't
see what I'm saying? Because back to drill music, that was a subgenre, and now it's become a mainstream.
Right.
So you say gangster rap, your music make people go stop punching and slapping and shooting? Or?
Right. Yeah. Just I'm not El Chapo. You feel me? Type shit. Like you know, we still talk about you gonna hear it in the song when we play my one of my singles off my mixtape on my bullshit or on the BS.
Yeah, that's what I got linked up here.
Yeah. So that one right there is more of like it's still alternative rap, but it's more leaning to the gangster shit. We still street with it, you know, if I could say, but we're not going too. I'm not El Chapo. We're not going too hard with it, but you know, we get active, if I could say. So you're gonna definitely hear it in the lyrics and you know the cadence of the beat and everything's gonna glide into one.
So you promote violence?
Nah, son. Nah.
You on that bullshit?
Right, exactly. So I'm back up on my bullshit now. But I was explaining how other mainstream artists explain, like when they're presented with that question, like, "Yo, you're promoting violence?" Like, nah, like I'm just telling you how it is, like what I see through my eyes. Like it's like ESTG. You would think he promotes violence and drugs, but that's just what he's seeing. That's his product. He's a part of his environment. You feel me? So that's just what he sees and what he
raps. But you know the weird thing is that violence, when you talk about like emotional violence within music now, it's great that you have these subgenres because they've already put us in, like, you know, they got trap music, they want to create that as a genre. They start off with the pop, the hip hop. So there's always been genres, but now that they have this big machine, there's more people that can express themselves in a musical form and create a genre. So like my take would be like on the bullshit. That's why I was like, I'm gonna hurt that is. I mean, because once I hear that, because what a complete artist is doing the subgenre, what you guys have the benefit of being able to do, in my opinion, if you time I put out like an EP or an album or whatever, you guys can tap into every hip hop genre. So you could do a trap, or you could do a not so trap. You have the opportunity to give a person a complete project based upon the other genres. Because like, you know, trap music, that's damn near genre.
Right.
Drug music, whether you selling it or you own it.
Right.
And that's just like an artist. Well, we get into that. It's the artist.
Drill music.
He's more of a drug music type of dude, and he's still some trap shit in there and there's some gangster shit in there, but it's more of a drug music.
And that's why I was thinking about what we were talking about, cult followings. He's another person who stays alive, like, you know, he's not on the mainstream, but that's somebody.
Are you talking about Lucky?
Yeah.
Oh, you know Lucky?
I seen Lucky type beats.
What? Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, my man's. I'm on live right now on Instagram. My man's wanted me to not shout out Lucky, but like, you know, he was trying to chime in like, yo, like Lucky's another alternative rap person, and it's a little more drugged out than my music. If I could say.
Got you. And it's you know, sometimes in music, you know, you're not even talking about your life experience. You could be getting into a character or mode, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why it's not to be taken too serious when someone is rapping.
Right.
Because 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying? He was rapping like as if he was like, it was things he could relate to, but he was rapping about things as if he was like a character in the movie.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then what he ended up doing,
Becoming
so successful that now
Right.
he could be in movies.
Yeah,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now he put out movies.
Right.
And
And now you can even tell by the way he raps. Like now he only drops something if he's making like a soundtrack for his
Power.
movies that's out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the same 50. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, oh, that's what he was doing the whole time.
Right. For real, kind of like devoted his way on in and sold that.
Right.
yeah,
So
that sold that story.
So you told us a little bit about the tracks that you dropped in the beginning.
Right.
You told us about, you know, your journey as far as networking, you know,
Yes,
throughout
sir.
the Atlanta circuit, clubs, bars, throughout the pandemic and all
My
that.
face is out there, man. Y'all just gotta know my name. That's about it. Fly Ken.
For sure.
Live and direct.
You have a debut tape out as well.
Oh yes, sir. Jackpot Gamble. I have a debut mixtape out. Not my debut single, but debut mixtape.
Right.
It's called Certified Lit, and that's and the reason somebody might ask why it's called Certified Lit. The reason it's called Certified Lit is because the whole shit is lit. It's certified. I certified the motherfucker, so it's lit, bro. So that's I ran with it, bro. And if you see, y'all see the cover hard. The cover's hard, yo. So you know, I feel like all those songs are it's 10 songs on there.
Okay.
And I feel like all those songs, like some of my best songs are like
Gotcha.
lit, bro. Like I certified these genres.
This-
Like, you know, like no funny. I certified personally certified these.
Okay, I was gonna ask you what the title meant to you, but you
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
much
my bad,
wrapped
my bad.
You wrapped it up in a nutshell right
Yeah.
there. You know what I'm saying?
And
this
just
whole project is certified lit.
right, exactly. Thank you, man. Okay, you feel me? Like we always stay certified lit, man. Live and direct. But just to elaborate a little more on that, like if you see the cover, you can look it up on YouTube. It's Fly Ken Certified Lit, or if you just type in Fly Ken, I'm the first motherfucker that's gonna pop up because I'm that nigga type shit. So if you look at the cover, it's certified is dashed out, or it's more of like syllables, if I could say, you know. And I did that, and I made it. I did that, so you know, some people when I looked at certified as in one, I didn't really recognize it as certified. I was like, what's that word mean? Or I couldn't really, you know, like make it out. So I didn't want folks that, you know, just flashing past it be like, oh, what does that say? So I dashed it out. So it's like CERTIFIED, and it's dashes in between that to sound it out. So it's like certified lit, and then lit is by itself, of course. So yeah, I made it big and bold. So you know, if you wear glasses or some shit like that, you can see it. You feel what I'm saying? And if you slow, whatever the case may be, whatever it is, man, you can read it. You feel me? So that was the whole basis of the format behind Certified Lit and how I.
So it's kind of almost in dysfunctional form.
Right. Right. Exactly. I try when I put music out and I put like go as far as marketing and what I put on Instagram and for example the mixtape cover. I try to think about everybody, you know, and forgive me if I'm stepping on anybody's toes, but the slow people, you feel me, that can't really, you know, read too well. Floyd Mayweather's, you know, I dashed it out so they can clap it out, you know, back in elementary school. Type of shit. Yeah. What does that say? I swear to God.
And then once they get it, they're gonna be like, oh,
Right, son. But I didn't want to miss the folks that you know want to blow past it, like, oh, I can't read it. I'm just skip over it type shit.
Right. And when did you drop that?
That was like 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago. It was on September the 15th. It came through the United Masters type shit. So you know.
And what's been the response on that?
Dude, like the response is damn near more lit than my debut single song, like type shit. Like
I'm sure people didn't expect this. You know,
not at all. Like you know, the way I move is a little low key. You know, I try to move smooth, try not to get too comfortable, and try to you know think about the smaller things. You know, try to you know like I said, try to stay smooth. If I could say so, you know, people. I wasn't really, you know, besides the events and stuff like that, I wasn't really going out and showing my face too hard. Besides the Instagram. So when I came out with that, niggas is like, yo, this nigga's really working out here. This nigga's really like, yo, I'm posting pictures from the events that I go with y'all and stuff like that. I remember the event that we had in the Simp. Shout out to the Simp, blase. And it's just like, besides that, the pictures from the events and for me staying low key, this kind of my mixtape kind of blindsided people.
Right.
As far as like, oh, he's really on his shit.
Right. They might know you from one walk of life, or might know you from back in the day.
The front door at Gold Bar.
Or whatever the case is, working a certain job,
like what?
Kicking it on the behind the scenes tip, and then they see you on the forefront, and they're like, oh shit, they intrigued,
I'm always, most time I'm here at Air Wrestling Radio, at this time, but I'm behind the scenes, so it's real funny to be on the mic right now,
Well, we're definitely glad to have you.
Of course, man.
So you should have been a good response with the tape.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful response. Like I've had people, share my shit that I haven't asked to share my shit. Sometimes you gotta, if you're not, it's so big. Yo, can you share my shit, bro? So you pop a little harder. People been doing it on their own. That type of shit. I've been getting good feedback on the cover. I'm starting to fuck with a new man's that does great graphic design. If you go to my Instagram, you'll probably see him tagged in one of my photos, something like that. Getting good feedback on that because motherfuckers don't have access to that. They, like you said earlier, they throwing rinky-dink covers on off their phone.
Hey man, the first impression is the biggest impression.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's your lasting impression. So
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta come hard and you gotta go big on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the only way to come in, especially in such a competitive market like Atlanta.
Right, exactly. Right. And that's why I went so hard on space. You feel me? Because I knew it like he just said, it's such a big it's so much competition out here in Atlanta. Everybody wants to rap in Atlanta. If you go to Guitar Center and try to buy an interfacer, they're gonna tell you go home and buy this shit offline because there's so many niggas rapping out here. And if you talk to a broad like, oh, you rap, like everybody raps out here, but like it's motherfuckers that push it. Yeah, exactly. So you gotta push through all that turmoil to get on the forefront. Like, oh, he's really
not you too.
Right.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, but
so
the feedback.
What song are they fucking with the most? You feel like?
Oh, yo, son, like that's funny you say that because they fucking with On the Bullshit the most, son.
Yeah.
Like they fucking. It's the song is called like if you see a title, it's called On the BS, but it's really On the Bullshit, and that's the song that's like really like going through the roof.
Okay.
And when I made that, like I had a repeat. I made other songs that I feel like are, I've had on repeat as well, but like that one when I first made it was like that's my shit, bro. That shit's banging, bro.
That's hard.
Funny shit.
That's hard. You know what I'm saying? So what's next for Fly Ken, man?
Yeah. Oh, what's next for Fly Ken, man? Fly Ken's still kind of fresh on the scene, type shit. Even though my face has been always been around, but as far as like marketing wise and getting seen, I'm still kind of or being heard rather. I'm still kind of fresh. So the next step for me is first performance. You know what I'm saying? I haven't performed. I've been on stage with performers. I've been on stage 1,000 times. Thank you. I need it. Type shit.
You sure you got over your stage fight?
Nah, so I've been on stage hella time.
I don't want to hit no shit out you because I've been listening to this whole interview and I remember you said you had stage fight.
Did I? It was mic fright. It was mic fright. So you see, I'm kind of loose on the mic right now.
What about the stage?
This thing, I'm cool.
Turn it up.
Yeah, I'm shut it down. So the music I have is for club speakers.
Did you say certified?
It's certified lit, Weezy.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, son. It's certified lit, man.
Okay.
Thank you, Tony. Yeah, son. So
I ain't gotta put no flame in your ass, dude.
Nah, yo, I'm gonna get out there like, yo, you have me in the mic. I'm like, I don't know, like, yo, I didn't really, sign up for this. Like, I'm not on the venue. When I get the mic in my hand, you're like, yo, push it, like, get a little nut, I'll get out there. I'm like, look at the crowd. I'm gonna be like, yo, this is my time. I'm gonna I'm gonna stand on top of the bar. They gonna have to kick me out.
To see this shit.
Yeah. Sell by the court. I'm smoking every part of them. Man, what?
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna go ham. Yeah,
Right.
so like to answer some of Gamma's question, what's next for me is the first performance, and shout out to ARS.
You can just say Atlanta radio station.
Atlanta, shout out to
Atlanta radio station.
Shout out to Atlanta radio station. For trying to provide that support, that love. You feel me? And besides that, my first music video. And the same way with the performances, I've been on stage thousands of times, but never been on it by myself or for myself. And as far as music videos, I've been in lots of music videos, but never by myself for myself. So that would be next up for me, and I'm trying to pop down on that right now.
You just sat back as a student in the game.
Exactly, right.
People participated and showed love, and now it's your time to shine.
Exactly, right.
I'm definitely gonna be excited to see your first performance and first video, man. I'm sure that we'll be able to help out with some of that.
Right.
Put them on the list for the next.
You know what I mean?
I don't really feel like we're on air. I feel like we're just kicking shit because I'm always here behind the scenes. So I feel like we're just kicking shit. It's so funny, yo.
But
that's hilarious.
My big question is, if you could do 2 questions.
Yeah.
What artists did you listen to or that were influenced to you coming up? These people could be dead or alive. You know what I'm saying? It could be somebody from when you was 4 years old to, somebody who's playing right now. So somebody who's an influence was like you could learn something from, that you like, that you enjoy, playing in your car. And also, who's an artist that if you could choose anybody, it could be the same artist to do a feature with, who would it be?
Okay. He drilling me with the questions, y'all. Oh shit. Yeah, son. So to answer the first one, how my influence or who I looked up to or who I listened to, this and the third, believe it or not, man, was Lil B. Lil B? Yeah, I know. I thought niggas was going wild on like fucking the tear the shit off the walls and shit. Yo, it was Lil B. It was Lil B, man. If y'all don't know Lil B, man, he was a part of the group that had the song "Got My Bands On But Look Like Sneakers." Okay. He was in that shit. So if you look at the YouTube, you will see young ass Lil B, doing this 1-2 on the mic type shit. But son, me and my crew, we went hard for Lil B, dude. Like I'm talking like, dude, we all had pink bandanas. His thing is pink bandanas is. It's not a gang. It's just some goofy shit. You feel me?
Yeah, everybody gonna take him seriously.
Right. Already, niggas think serious already, but still, yo, because of the little cooking shit or whatever he was doing, and his flow as well, and we went hard for him. Like I literally have a tap across my stomach.
No.
I swear on my stomach. I don't want to flash y'all something, but I have a tap across my stomach.
Don't say.
Yeah,
Lil B.
Nah, hell no, hell no. So that's a little out there, man. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's just a phrase that you always say, which is based, and it's that tatted across my stomach like in cholo style. So it's like kind of like rounded about because across the abs type shit. And that shit hurt like hell too, y'all. Don't get nothing tatted below your
based.
Yeah, it's based, and then basically what that is, that was like his. I won't say his catchphrase, but like that was his thing.
Kind of like with Tupac with Outlaws.
Yo, what did the bass mean?
Tupac Outlaws. What did bass mean? Bass to me, the reason I got it tatted was it meant original. To me, it means original. To be original. If I could say to know yourself.
Home based.
Right. It's more like it has 2 different meanings depending on the sense of like noun and verb, blah blah blah. But to me it just means to remind myself to be original. You're based, you're original. Type shit. Just replace the word based with original. You're original. That's all type shit. But if you were Lil B, you would be like base means to not give a fuck about what people think, because he was one of the first people to have the dirty Vans, the skinny jeans, the button up, and still be like, yo, I'm about my shit. I'll still get gutted with you. I'll still grab shorties.
I'm glad you cleared that up, because back in the day, based head was like,
nigga, I'm out here. Nigga Scotty beat me up.
I'm based right now. Like, nah, yo. But that's hilarious.
Who's the artist that you would do a feature with? If you could choose anybody.
Yeah. And I might hit y'all with another curveball real quick. It's a guy called. Why Gamble look at me? He's like, oh, here we go.
He said, "Curve, man, get your baseball."
Yeah. Get your mitt ready, son. I'm hit out the park. Nah, yo, it's a rapper called Lil Candy Paint. Yes, you heard it right. His name is Lil Candy Paint. Don't let the name fool you. He's been around for a good minute now. He might have been one of the SoundCloud rappers back in the day, but I'm not sure. But he's definitely been around for a minute. And I let the name Lil Candy Paint fool me for years. Dude. I know about it for years. And I'm like, I'm not near to listen to no motherfucker named Lil Candy Paint, Lil Gravy, Lil this, Lil that. You feel me? He can't make good music. It'll be Lil Pump shit. It might be Lil Pump shit. One day I tuned into him on accident. He had a song called Word of Wise. And it's like I'm not really too into jazzy beats, but it started off jazzy and the bass slapped, and the lyrics behind it was just so on point for me that I was like, yo, this dude is fire. This dude is hard, yo. So like I said, don't let the name Lil Candy Paint fool you. This dude is hard, yo. Like he's so dynamic, and I feel like he fits into the another subgenre like how I do in as far as alternative rap, because his music is not like, I wouldn't call it drugged out. I wouldn't call it gangster. It's just rap. It's just alternative rap. You know, he's talking about what he sees, what he experiences. And to make a song with him would be golden. Like, I feel like I couldn't even sit in the same room as this dude.
Right. It's that name, Lil Candy Paint.
Lil Candy Paint.
Yeah,
it sounds goofy as hell.
This guy?
Yo, he even said to himself, like, yo, I know my name sounds goofy as hell, but like, people still follow.
Who is this guy, man?
Yo, he's a light-skinned ass dreadhead.
You could probably get this dude for like 200 a feature, man.
No funny shit. Like, that nigga probably charge like 10K. He do numbers. He really do numbers. And another guy that is similar to him, if you guys know him, is called Sofako. And Sofako is getting a little more steam than Lil Candy Paint. But I feel like they sound very similar.
So where do you find all these Little Paint and Candy Man? Where do you find these guys? Like, like where are these guys hanging out? Like,
Suave, I see you. Shout out One F man. Shout out my engineer Suave and the whole One F crew. You feel me? But yeah, I found these people. Yeah, throw them in the truck, man. Big on my gram. Y'all see my man Suave all through that shit, man. Shout out the whole One F crew. Sino Bricks, Yuri. You feel me? Zeke One F Suave One F you feel me? The whole team, son. The whole team.
Yeah. But we're potentially looking at are subgenres that can take over hip hop.
Yeah.
And so
like niggas running playing games and thinking that it's a game. The Hitman mentioned Lil Candy Paint and Lil Nas
and Lil B.
And Lil B.
Man, with flag out of the pocket, y'all, back in the day.
Sly Kid might not be a hard person to get connected with a feature, man.
But he on that bullshit, though.
Yeah, I'm on that back up on my bullshit.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna need a shout out for that because you definitely on that bullshit.
Yeah. Hey, before we jump out of here, man, tell the people, man, the 2 songs that you brought up here. Let them know, you know what I'm saying, what we about to spin up here, man.
Oh, yes, sir. I think P Weezy has On My Bullshit, on the BS, I'm sorry. On the BS, about to play first, and I feel like how Gamble asked earlier, which song is what's popping right now off your mixtape. I feel like that's popping right now as far as facts. This number show. You feel what I'm saying? I also have another another song off my mixtape called What It Seems, and it's the first song off my mixtape, and it's I feel like by far is like my most lyrical song, if I could say. And I also have a third song as well. Like what? Surprise, bonus, my nigga. Surprise. It's an unreleased song. It's actually got to stick around for that. It's called Quarter, and I feel like that shit. I'm going to play an unreleased song because I feel like that shit. That's my next single. I already have a couple for it. I'm just waiting. When's you gonna drop? I'm not sure. Still trying to run the course of my mixtape. Still trying to get the performance of my mixtape, video mixtape.
Makes sense.
But like, yeah, that's it's still in the works. I still got to cover for it, but it's hard. It's super catchy. I tried to make catchy songs, so. I got something spicy for y'all. I got something definitely spicy for y'all.
This ain't gonna be no 4-hour interview. Hurry up, fill up my that's what I'm saying. Listen, I'm not gonna do it the way Fly Ken said. I know this is the Shakers the Movie Show, but you ain't listening to that shit. I want to play Quarter first because I ain't got the 2 nickels and 4 pennies left.
One F, man. Shut up, One F, man.
Let me see what you're talking about.
I'm sorry. What you gonna play first?
I'm just gonna play it. See what you're talking
about. Quarter or on the BS?
I'm not going to do it the way Fly Ken said. I want to see what's going on, Fly Ken.
Man, I'm hard, man.
You know, I'm going to talk me into it down low.
Yo, I think it's about going 2 times. Yeah, man, that's why they were so hard. Oh,
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Trap room heavy with a bass coming through. Low press on the X and the perks in the digital check. I'm finna act the full okay. I'm finna act the full. Stripping and sweat from the top of the pole. 10 bands on the water, better act motherfucking blow. Sell my car, I'm smoking every part of that pussy be water like, oh. Sell my car, I'm smoking every part of that pussy be water like, oh.
Yeah, take a crunch hard.
Pussy be water like, oh. Smoking every part of that pussy be water like, oh. Throw me down there, crib, I sit no blown. The shit be hitting, I'm like, listen, love, what you showing out? Yes, was big, I was get higher than a ceiling, then a lot. I can't live, shot some shit, but that was over. I'm that new papoose, I'm that new papoose. Still back soldier, got the motherfucking juice. You ain't gon' 30, so you know I can't lose. You gon' tell on who? You gon' tell on who?